Okay, everybody. This video is about portion size. I keep hearing a lot of stuff on Facebook and seeing a lot of great people in great shape talk about what to eat. But I think the big confusion is how much of these great foods do we eat? Yes, we need our fats, our proteins, our carbohydrates. But I think the real trick is to understand how much a person as an individual actually needs to eat at one time. We're asking you to eat 4 to 6 times a day. That seems like a lot of food when we're talking about a plate of food. But we're not talking about a plate of food. We're talking about eating 6 times a day. And the portion is the real part that I think is confusing. You can see this is a much smaller portion size than this size. I have 3 sizes here. This size, the next size, and the next size. What determines how much food you eat per meal is determined a lot about the size of your stomach, the size of the person you are. If you're a 6'8", 300-pound linebacker, you're going to eat a lot more food than somebody my size who's 5'7", 180 pounds. If you take your hand, close it, that will give you an approximate size of your stomach, the actual anatomy size of your stomach. And you can see with a closed fist, it doesn't take a whole lot of food to fill that fist. So this is what's going to determine how much food you eat. If you take your portion, figure this out. It could be half of this. You may be one of those people that need to eat maybe 1, 2, or 3 bites of food every 2 hours to adjust to eating that many times per day. Maybe you're that person that needs this much food every 2 hours, 6 times a day, and you're still hungry after a couple of hours. If you're not, you're going to have to get that smaller size. Find out how much food you eat by doing this. Have your portions prepared, eat the portion, watch the clock for 2 hours. If you're hungry before those 2 hours are up, your portion's a little too small. If you're not hungry before those 2 hours are up, then you are eating too much food. That's what's going to help really determine how much food you're eating per meal. Because it can be confusing. Because when I tell my clients all the time, I want you to eat 6 times a day, they're visualizing a plate of food 6 times a day. They're thinking I'm crazy. I didn't say 6 plates of food. I said 6 times a day. And that portion is going to be individually figured out by that person. So use these tricks. If you've eaten, 2 hours later, you're ready to eat, you got a good portion. You got your portion. And make sure that you're getting those portions 6 times a day in the first 12 hours of the day. The second 12 hours of the day is when you fast. You don't need to go on these cleansing, fasting type of routines. You need to have 12 hours of food, 12 hours of fasting. Don't eat late at night. Fast throughout the night. Get up, start your meals in the morning 6 times in that first 12 hours. Cut it off. 12 hours, second 12 hours, cut it off. Boom. You're ready to go into your fasting. Drink your water, go to sleep. Another thing, make sure you're drinking lots of water. The feeling of dehydration feels a lot like I'm hungry. Most of the time, you're not hungry in the evening. It's because you have not been drinking enough water during the day and you're dehydrated. So take these tricks, try them out. You see me on Facebook. You see me with Spot Me. It's all about moving the body and watching how much we eat per time we eat. Not just 6 meals trying to stuff it in. That's not going to help us. But figure out that perfect portion. Okay? Give it a try. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.